HR won't do anything about a coworker who's angry about my weight loss. Plus some more work drama. Hey everybody, welcome back. I just came back to work after a month-long emergency medical leave. The TLDR is that after a decade of medical gaslighting, a new doctor ordered an emergency MRI during a routine visit and discovered a mass in my abdomen.
That's scary as
I was rushed into surgery within 24 hours. I ended up having an 18-pound benign tumor pressing on my vital organs, and I was about a week away from multiple organ failure. My goodness. I'm lucky to be alive, and time will tell if I have any lasting organ damage, but right now everything is fine. I'm glad to hear that. Whoa. Mentally, I'm struggling with a few things, but the only outwardly noticeable impact is that I've gone from a size 20 to a size 8. Damn. Nobody on my medical team anticipated a change this drastic, but I'm healthy and lucky. I was expecting to get a lot of questions from my coworkers because curiosity exists. Incoming the Ozempic accusations. I had a basic emergency surgery, but I'm fine now answer that almost everyone accepted, but one coworker who I hardly speak to, Aubrey. On my first day back to work, Aubrey came up to me and said,
I wish you had come to me to lose the weight instead of resorting to such drastic measures.
Drastic measures? Did she think you got like gastric bypass or something?
You're going to gain it all back, I'll be waiting.
It's times like these where I wish people would just mind their business. You barely talk to this person. Why would you go to them for something so personal? Like, even if that's all it was, like it was just like a dramatic weight loss. Like, why would you get tips from Audrey?
That don't make sense.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm not trying to make this about myself, but like the comments come. I've lost a little bit of weight and it's not from anything serious. It's from literally working out and not eating chocolate every night all night. That's honestly all it is. I stopped eating so much food. And I started working out and walking my dog. But like the comments that were just like, yeah, it's not sustainable. No, you're gonna gain it all back. It's been a year and a half, babes. Haven't gained it all back. Like it's just like it just comes with it. It's like people automatically assume that like the assumptions and stuff. It's none of anybody's business. Okay, just tell me I look good. Okay, I look good. I also feel good too. I can like actually put up a fight when Mike and I wrestle.
I said throw down, boy.
Strong. Look at these. Wait, look at these guns. Okay, there aren't, you can't really see them, but they're there. Like they're there. I also have 2 abs now, like you can see 2 of these. Not the bottom ones because there's still some chubs there, but you can see these ones. Everything you got! Everything you got! I was aware of Aubrey's reputation, but since we never worked together, I didn't think it would be an issue. She's one of those people that thinks they're a fitness expert and calls herself a health coach. Nothing to do with the company we work for. Everybody's an expert, aren't they? She has a reputation for giving out unsolicited and incorrect health advice and is always commenting on people's food choices. Ooh, weird. That's none of your business, dude. I was speechless when she asked why I'd opted to get butchered instead of putting in the hard work to lose the weight. God, I literally cannot wait for you to, like, it's none of her business, but like, can you please put her in her place? Like, can you? No, you don't! There's nothing wrong with someone choosing surgical weight loss options. Agreed. But that's not what happened to me, and I really resented her aggressive attitude spreading rumors. During my second week back, she came by my office at the end of the day in athletic gear, offering to go with me if I was too afraid to go to the gym alone. Honey, if I wanted to go to the gym, it wouldn't be with you. At the time, I wasn't even cleared to lift my kid, do laundry, or climb a flight of stairs, let alone go to the gym with this crackpot. I don't remember what I said to her, but she left saying I'd gained the weight back because I'm lazy. Oh my Lord. Like, I know it's none of her business, but like, I really want you to tell her.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
The next day, Aubrey ranted angrily about me being in a meeting I wasn't in. I missed it for a follow-up, ironically. I don't know everything that was said, but the gist was that if I can't dedicate myself to weight loss, I obviously can't see my work obligations through. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, she's trying to get you fired?
You're fired!
HR called for a red flag mediation. At our company, mediation can go against your bonus opportunities for the year. I'm a pretty agreeable person, but if there's one thing I don't like, it's someone coming for my bag. Money. Bag means money. I have no idea why I'm in mediation when she's the one being an asshat. At the mediation, Aubrey stated that she was triggered by my new body and I should have thought of other people's feelings and warned her before my surgery. Oh my lord. What the actual fuck? This is crazy. I hardly had the time to warn my husband and get my kid out of daycare. I don't know Aubrey anything. I have empathy that she's obviously struggling, but that doesn't excuse her behavior. I don't really see how this is any of anybody's business. Like being triggered by someone's weight loss, like,
Oh my God, get over yourself.
if other people doing things for themselves, like even if that was what was going on, that someone drastically lost weight, even if that was what was going on, it has nothing to do with you. It's weird. It's weird behavior to like project your own feelings about body image onto other people. It's none of your business. The only thing out of your mouth with regards to anyone's body ever, it's never,
Oh, are you pregnant?
Oh, you've gained a lot of weight.
Oh, you've lost a lot of weight.
should be, you look great. You look like you're working out. Or like, damn, I really like how that looks on you. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And I will die on this hill.
Help me! I'm dying!
HR said that while they can't ask me to explain my medical history, it might clear the air if I told her what kind of surgery I had and why. I said I wasn't obligated to share my medical information with anyone, and that Aubrey having bad coping skills doesn't entitle her to a coworker's personal health information. Their response was kind of,
Well, then we can't stop her from bullying you.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's also workplace harassment. Like, you could also argue that you had a medical condition and this person is bullying you.
Loser.
Take HR to HR. After Thanksgiving, my doctor helped me put in ADA accommodation paperwork so I could work from home. I was having mild complications from surgery, but also to avoid Aubrey. This company hates remote work, so they're really not happy. I mean, they also kind of put you in this position too, so... Aubrey still emails me workout videos and diet plans, and when I forward them to HR, their response is, noted. Do you know when you're coming back to the office? I've been thinking about escalating this to corporate and with an employment lawyer. Is that overkill? I'm still in a sensitive place after my surgery and I have no energy for this, especially since Aubrey is fixated on weight loss, which was the primary way doctors gaslit me for years. I've been with this company for 5 years and I'm exhausted and disappointed in how they're handling this, and I want it over yesterday. Yeah, this is weird, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Things are gonna get crazy.
First of all, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. That's terrible. And quite frankly, people really need to mind their own business. Also, I'd block Audrey. Like, seriously, like, I understand that she's your work colleague, but like, if you don't really talk to her, then why is she reaching out to you? And why does your weight loss concern her at all? Okay, we do have an update. And the first line is, all I have to say is hold on to your banana pants. I'm just like very confused as to why Audrey is suddenly taking an interest in you, you know? Like, why is this suddenly her business when she literally had nothing to talk to you about? I feel like there's something else going on here.
I suspect foul play.
Let's see if I'm right. I saw a lot of comments asking where management was in all of this, so I'll address that. My boss was getting ready to retire when this was going on. George is roughly my grandfather's age, so this entire situation bewildered both him and his replacement, who he was training at the time. Both of them met with Aubrey's boss because, believe me, I was documenting everything she did from the jump, and they assured me Aubrey would be dealt with. None of them recommended the red flag mediation. Sorry, I kicked you there. Just a little kick. Just playing footsies with you under the table. Also because I kind of hurt my ankle yesterday. It's hurting. Don't know what my foot is doing. I was given details of the meeting where Aubrey ranted about me and it was horrible, but apparently Aubrey was asked to leave by her own boss while several other employees told her to stop. So managerially and in the office in general, people were trying to rein her in from many different angles. When my doctor extended my ADA work from home accommodation a second time, HR responded by telling me my attendance was a concern. I emailed their boss, the HR director, and asked for clarification. He said I hadn't come into the office, so of course my attendance was a problem. I reiterated that I had medical documentation stating that if work from home wasn't available, they could refer to the FMLA documentation my medical team also sent. He replied that medical documentation, including both the FMLA and ADA reasonable accommodations, doesn't hold much weight within the company. Okay, so now we're getting into, we're discriminating against someone for a medical condition, and this is like, call your lawyer territory. Just saying.
You better lawyer up, asshole.
Just saying. That's when I got a lawyer. I love that. Nothing makes me happier than those 4 words. I got a lawyer. Let's go. Aubrey as a problem kind of drifted into the background when HR started their medical documentation doesn't matter campaign. On my lawyer's recommendation, I contacted the HR executive team, which is where this whole cursed situation came to light. I called to the chief HR officer, which for my company is going over like 5 people's heads. But I did it with George's and my new boss's blessings, who is the head of HR, and asked why my attendance was an issue when I had reasonable ADA documentation. She had no idea what I was talking about, so I filled her in. Including the mediation meeting and Audrey's harassment and the HR director, her direct report, saying medical documentation didn't hold any weight within the company. She was speechless and asked to meet with me and my lawyer as soon as possible. My lawyer had hardly anything to do during the meeting because the CHRO was horrified at everything I told her. Right, because now you're getting into kind of like, this seems like a lawsuit sort of territory. I've never actually seen steam come out of someone's ears, but if it was physically possible, it would have happened here. My lawyer didn't need to say a word, but nodded and smiled when the CHRO offered an extended paid medical leave so I could handle my recovery, and said Aubrey constantly sending me fitness plans would be dealt with swiftly. I didn't hear anything out of Aubrey for a long time, but I did hear through some gossip channels that HR staff involved in the red flag meeting and threatening to write me up were let go. Aubrey wasn't fired because they believe she was misled by HR, so I understand that part even if I don't agree with it. But she was on a tight pip for a while. Then she showed up at my house.
Here's Aubrey.
Did she? What could she possibly have to say? Now we move from banana pants to full-on banana ensemble. I'm still on leave and out of the blue, Aubrey showed up at my door on a weekend with 2 other women in tow. And the commenters guessed it. She's in very deep with an MLM. Or maybe a cult, I can't be sure at this point. Oh my lord. Is all of this just an effort to get you to like join like a multi-level marketing scam that has to do with like fitness and weight loss? Oh, but then she's also marketing these things to you like her other job during office hours. Oh, that's where you could get her. Aubrey came over to demonstrate some workout techniques and give me some diet supplement samples and discuss a career opportunity because she was worried about my physical and professional health. She didn't make it past my mother-in-law, who has been a godsend right now. My mother-in-law made it clear where Aubrey could stick her demonstration and they left in a hurry. Up the butt, she means up the butt. She could stick the demonstration up the butt.
I said what in the butt.
I notified my lawyer and the CHRO, and suffice to say, Aubrey is now a full-time wellness coach. Sorrows, prayers. She was using people at the company as a way to like secure people for her like fucking Ponzi scheme, MLM, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Did I join the Illuminati? Who knows?
I knew that there had to be something because how is it that this random woman you don't talk to suddenly took such an interest in you? It wasn't out of the goodness of her heart or because she was triggered. And by the way, those two things conflict, eh? Because she's saying that she's trying to help you with your weight loss, but at the same time, she's saying she's triggered by your weight loss. So which is it?
I feel
feel very attacked.
Relax.
I'm happy I went with my gut and got a lawyer because the company has changed so drastically over the year, with the toxic HR department encouraging behavior like Aubrey's and spreading false information about medical leave and time off. The company is almost unrecognizable. Also, with my boss and mentor both gone, I don't know if I'm going back once I'm medically cleared. The company's undergoing restructuring right now. I hate that term. We're doing some restructuring, as in you're fired. And my department may end up distributed between other parts of the company or even other parts of the state. I've been looking at jobs and doing some resume drafting for a full-time remote position since it feels like it might be a better fit. Well, this had a very happy and satisfying ending. And what did we learn here? Stop commenting on other people's bodies, unless you have something nice to say. Unless you're like, Charlotte, you look good. You look good. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Am I the a-hole? I told my coworker she's falling for a romance scam, and now she's upset. My friend, let's call her Nancy. Nancy and I worked together for 3 to 4 years at a hair salon. Nancy is early 30s and kind of an airhead, gullible, but really a kind and nice person. She's currently in a relationship with this guy for about 6 months. He lives in New York, we're in the Midwest. They talk on the phone all the time. He's been out here a couple of times to visit. We never met, but I heard lots about their relationship. This morning, she texted me at 6 a.m. asking to borrow $10,000 because her boyfriend's mom has a family emergency and needs the money soon. What? She said he's working on an offshore oil rig in Dubai. Why is it always Dubai? For 2 months and couldn't transfer the money until he's back to the States. She doesn't have the money, so she asks if I can ask my relatives for the $10,000 for her. Don't do that. Don't do that. I told her this sounds like a romance scam, and if he's asking her for such a big amount of money like that early in their relationship, it's a red flag and she should reconsider. I told her since I don't know her boyfriend that well, and if he ghosts her, either me or her will be on the hook for the $10K. Now she won't answer my text or call. She also took a personal day from work today. Am I the a-hole? Should I have kept my mouth shut and minded my own business? No.
No way.
Like, I feel like you did her a solid, but like also people that are deep in these romance scams or like, you know, like there's been scams where like people's family members come out of the woodwork and claim that they, you know, have a lot of money and then they suddenly start asking you for money. It takes a long time for them to like realize what's going on. So even if you did tell her, I doubt she's clued in. All right, so edited to add. 1, yes, she's naive and gullible. She believes she can talk to ghosts and spirits.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
That's another can of worms I won't get into. Okay, maybe a story for another day. I mean, but even if you aren't like naive, there's a lot of people who fall for scams. I've fallen for scams before. The thing is like you don't need to be smart. You just kind of need to be like a little bit desperate and down on your luck. Quite frankly, scam artists prey on vulnerable people. It isn't necessarily about being dumb. Like, oh, you know, we'd all like to say, oh, you're so stupid. How could you do that? How could you fall for that? But it's like, you're preying on people who are so vulnerable, so desperate for love or attention or, you know, to be loved or like to have a relationship with a family member. Like there's so many different scams. Like, you know, I've fallen for like an employment scam before. And it was when I was literally so desperate to get a job.
Like she's desperate.
So desperate to get a job that I ignored a lot of things that like I shouldn't have realistically. And it was a very common scam, by the way. Very hard to trace who did it as well. I did go to the police, but whatever. Anyways, point is, it's not just because she's stupid, even though it is partially because she's stupid. 2, she didn't bring her boyfriend around when he was in town. Just a bunch of excuses. 3, I told her sister about it and got an earful about how I shouldn't judge a person in need like that. I gave up. 4, I sent her a few articles about sweetheart and pig butchering scams. Still no reply. I know she read it. 5, she's not the type that's loaded. She lives with her parents in her basement and lives paycheck to paycheck. I hope she will realize this is a scam before she's in debt. This will be an expensive lesson. Edit 2, a few days later. She texted and asked for the money under the guise of her sister needing it. Oh, absolutely not. No. At this point, it's like, okay, you're also kind of like not taking no for an answer.
Still no, baby.
It was a flat no. I feel bad for her. I told my other coworkers and my boss about it so they can say no, and maybe she'll understand from a group perspective that we're trying to protect her. Edit 3, 2.5 weeks from the original post. What we, me and Redditors, suspected was true. She was in a romance scam. What?
I told you so.
She said her boyfriend stopped contacting her after she couldn't get the money. I feel like that's a really, really great way to find out if you are in a scam, like especially a romance scam. First of all, any relationship, especially at the beginning, that wants money from you, especially large amounts like that, is a red flag. But if for some reason you're in love and maybe this is just like a little out of the ordinary, say no. See what happens. If they stop talking to you, it's a romance scam. So her boyfriend stopped contacting her after she couldn't get the money, and she started asking simple questions like no internet on the rig, satellite phone, etc. After that, she realized he was scamming her. She started telling me about how she had been sending him small amounts of money, like $50 to $500 over the past 6 months to help him out with a small emergency. He works on an oil rig. Those guys make a lot of money. What possible reason could he have for needing money from his girlfriend for emergencies? When he ghosted her after she couldn't help him with the $10,000, then she realized she'd been romance scammed. I'm glad she saw it for what it was. You are not the a-hole, you were right. And I hope that she apologized to you, because you would have lost that money, just saying.
I'm not even sorry.
An employer rejected me, then sent me a list of everything I did wrong. I'm a younger person who's job searching for something full-time for the first time. I haven't been having a lot of luck due to the state of the world, but I recently got an interview where I made it all the way to the final round and was rejected. At first, the company was really professional. They were kind enough to let me know I'd been rejected and thank me for my time. Then, around 3 days later, I got an email from one of the interviewers, a different one than the one who sent me the formal rejection email. The final round had been in front of a panel. The email body text said, "Hey, here's some tips for future interviews." And attached was a Word document with a super detailed list of everything I'd done wrong, including that my answer to the question, "What's your favorite book?" was too pretentious. Okay. Note, the job wasn't for a library or any other book-related field. Although he'd been part of the final round interview panel, he hadn't been present during previous interviews, and this was the first communication I got directly from this guy. That is a very odd thing to bring. I'm sorry, how does that affect how you're going to do your job? What books you enjoy on your free time? Take a look. It's in a book. Okay. Here are all the comments from the document. It was a financial stock company, but the job wasn't directly connected to stocks. It was a copywriter position doing some ads and website update.
I can tell you are not passionate about stocks.
Okay.
Every member of this company has been passionately investing in the stock market as a hobby for years. You had basic technical knowledge and that's it. In general, you seem to lack passion. Your answers are very thorough and well thought out, but lack passion. What are you passionate about? I couldn't tell.
This is super unnecessary, dude. What?
I don't get it.
You were clearly nervous throughout. You lack confidence.
Okay, let's give people a break, all right? People are nervous for job interviews.
When asked about an issue you had overcome, you mentioned something that had happened in a job not related to our industry.
So?
You didn't seem to have an interest in company culture. We mentioned we are a company with lots of events and training workshops, and you didn't ask for any further questions. Your response to the favorite book question sounded pretentious and insecure. Les Miserables simply isn't a book people read for fun.
What the f*** is this guy smoking?
You weren't enjoying yourself at all. We're a really friendly company and you were tense and nervous the whole time we talked to you. You let your nerves show.
I'm sorry, we're a really friendly company? Don't seem like it! Honestly, I would rather pour gasoline on myself and light myself on fire than work here. Seriously, is this normal? No, bestie, no. It's left me feeling terrible. According to him, I did so many things wrong, it's killing my confidence. Hearing that I lack passion is really scary. I'm scared it will affect me in the job search going forward. It's not an issue I ever thought I had, but now it's something that really worries me. You're gonna forward this email to the person who sent you your rejection letter. The person who actually did it right. Feedback. You do like a sandwich, okay? A nice sandwich. Actually, no, it's kind of a shit sandwich because like on the outside is the bread. And the bread is nice, okay? It's got some butter on it. It's nice and toasted. Maybe it's sourdough, all right? So we got nice up here, nice over here. In the middle is the shit, all right? It's nicely packaged within the two nice pieces of bread. I'm telling you, if you want to know how to give feedback in a professional capacity or in general, all right, it is going to be much better received if you start with something nice, start with good feedback, give the shit. Like, don't be like, you're f***ing it. And by the way, it was so nice to meet you. Like, no. Constructive feedback, and then end with, we really enjoyed your interview. It seems like you're a really great person, and we would have loved to have gotten to know you better, but unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like a great fit. Ooh. I wonder if there's like something else going on here, because like this, like, you know, when a guy is like negging you, like, I don't really see what the point is. You're not going to work there. This is just like mean. You already lost the job. Why is this person like knocking you down? Like, it's not just knocking you down a peg, it's like further pegs. Really unnecessary. This is not constructive at all.
Let's do it again, only better this time.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that happened. I'm sorry it affected your confidence, but I feel like that might have been the point. We do have an update, a 3-year later update. 3 or so years ago, I emailed you concerned about an interviewer who had sent me feedback for a job I didn't get. Included saying I lacked passion and some other stuff. I was the one whose favorite book was Les Mis, and he said I was pretentious. He's pretentious. As many commenters guessed, he was trying to hit on me in a negging sort of way. Oh my goodness. Stop. He later asked me out via LinkedIn DMs.
Ew, get off of me.
Needless to say, it did not work. Wow. All negging does is show that you are so unbelievably insecure that you need to knock people down a peg in order to make them feel bad about themselves. So they feel so bad about themselves that they'll look to you to make them feel better.
You plotting on me, boy?
Or validation, so to say. It took a while and many other unsuccessful interviews, none of which were as rough as that one. But I eventually found a job in a field I had never considered, where I could put my writing skills to work with much less of a bro culture compared to writing for stocks and finances. I'm still in the job, got a huge promotion this year, and have even written articles about how great of a book Les Mis is. It's still my favorite, and I reread it regularly. I love a happy ending. I love it. What prompted me to think of sending you an update about this? I recently, as a part of my job, interviewed a longtime idol of mine, a celebrity I've looked up to for years. And he said to me at the end of my interview that he'd read some of my previous work and could tell how passionate I was about my writing. I'm good. And that he was so happy to be interviewed by someone so passionate about their work.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm sorry, I'm getting like teary-eyed. As for Mr. Interview Feedback, I had no idea how he's doing and no desire to know, but I'm in my dream job and happier than I ever thought I could be. Thank you again for all your advice. And here is some advice also from someone who's been rejected a lot and has had a lot of people tell her that there's always something wrong with me. Never good enough. I'm held to this impossible standard. There's nothing wrong with you or your work. That job just wasn't meant to be.
Oh, I'll see you in hell.
A no isn't a no, it's a lesson. It's just not the right door, because the right door will recognize who you are and see greatness in you, because they see greatness in themselves too. It's always nice to hear that one person's trash is another person's treasure. Subscribe!